Welcome back. Looking pretty sleek. That is the Dread DG pipe of the apocalypse. Painted, I don't know, is that aluminum chrome color? One of the things I've been up to. Got the Yamaha Townie out, and among other things, tried to get that 16-inch wheel on it. That particular, I think that's like a 16 2.5-inch tire. Did not work. A 16 2-inch tire. That one might work. Let's see here. I think that's the one, yes. That one might, it's significantly, well, not, well, I don't know, we'll see. I don't even know if I want to mess with it. But I painted up the exhaust cover, put on some near rear brakes, rejetted the carb, added an air filter, cleaned it up some, took it out for a couple rides. So the Townie, I don't have a whole lot to do, right? Yeah. Well, I got plenty of motorped things to do, I guess. Which leads me to another project. This is an Urban Express engine. And I always had this in the back of my mind for quite some time. How fast can we go on a stock cylinder bike? A 49cc bike. Now, I guess the goal would be to join the 50-50 club, right? What's that? That's 50 miles an hour on a 50cc engine. Could it be done on the Urban Express platform? I don't know. Has it been done? I don't know. I don't think I've seen that. Doesn't mean it hasn't been done. Somebody out there may have done it. I don't know. But so what's the plan? Well, let's get to the plan. So I guess we'll start out. We've got, you'll notice that it's not an Urban Express cylinder head, but that is a 40 millimeter, what's going on? Do I get my small socket? I guess I do. That's a Pook cylinder head. Nice and aluminum-y. That's a tough one to say, right? Especially on camera. Aluminum-y. A lot of aluminum there. Meaty is what I'm trying to say. Good for cooling. Let's see if we can get that off and take a peek inside. So it seems like I've got a lot of Chappy fans out there, and we'll do an update on both Chappies, as I've spent some time on my original Chappy. Actually went back to the stock exhaust, and someone out there might be interested in that MLM exhaust on the Chappy, and I think I'm ready to let it go, Nate. So if you want it, let me know. I kind of like to have some relatively quiet rides. I guess especially with everybody at home due to the coronavirus concerns. You know, I had some washers in there. So, you know, they're all out and about, or many of them are out and about on the streets. And so it's nice to have like the Townie and my original Chappy, you know, some quiet bikes so you're not pissing everybody off when you're riding along in the neighborhood streets with a lot of people out on the streets. So, and I ordered a 16-tooth front sprocket And I misstated in my earlier video. Man, if I sit here and corrected all my misstatements, we'd be here all night. But I misstated in my earlier video that the front sprocket change might affect the speedo. Well, that was entirely wrong. I don't know how that got it. I read that somewhere, and you know, just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's true, right? Don't believe it. Don't believe it. So here is the stock cylinder for the Urban Express. And man, I'm going to need some sort of light. Let's see what I can find. We've got some light. Let's look inside, shall we? Let's see if I can do this. All right, I'm gonna say you can see that better than I can right now through the camera, but so I've got a 2mm aluminum spacer behind this cylinder, and you can see that the exhaust port is fully opened. So why is that important? And let's just, however, the other 3 ports are not quite fully opened. So we could probably, oh man. Do we want like a 3mm spacer on this thing? Let's find out. 1 second. Here's a 1mm spacer. I believe this is for the Urban Express, Express, Hobbit, Express SR. And so why are these important in life? Well, they're important because in the stock configuration, the piston, one way they restricted these bikes to keep them to 25 miles an hour or so is the piston does not fully uncover all the ports. You know, it's still blocking the ports. And if it's blocking the ports, it's prohibiting flow, right? Flow of air-fuel mixture, mainly, and I guess exhaust gases. So one way to unrestrict these bikes is to push the cylinder forward, and the piston stays in its same range. You know, the piston still goes from here to here, right, or wherever, from here to here. So the piston still moves within the same space. However, the cylinder has been pushed forward by those spacers, and that effectively opens the ports. And then what you need to do is come in later and machine off this material, because if I extend the piston, you know, it's not going to, I don't know if you can see, but it's not coming all the way out, right, to where it should. It's not coming to the end of the cylinder. So you've got to machine that much off, or most of it off anyways, to kind of retain compression. Of course, on the other hand, you may not want really high compression. Compression can be your enemy. Oh, now 3 of the 4 ports are fully open. The question is, let's see, I'll give you a better look, hopefully. Yeah, see all that light coming through the exhaust port? That's because it is fully open and beyond. We're going about 1 millimeter past it. Oops, sorry. Which, and then I believe that's the transfer. One of the transfer ports is fully open, and then it's also fully open on the other side. And then, I'm not sure about my nomenclature, but the top port, the intake port, is still not fully opened. Almost though. So that's one way to make these engines breathe better. After all, it's a breathing machine, right? Is what we're trying to get to, is make it breathe better. Funny I should mention that in light of current circumstances, right? So, do I want to take 3 millimeters off? Maybe I should split the... you don't want to go, I'm not sure. Maybe other people can weigh in. Do I want to go 1 millimeter past fully open on the exhaust port just so I can get the other 3 ports almost fully open? Well, that cylinder's dirty. Feel free to weigh in. And so that would be the start of it. And we may want to take a Dremel and raise the exhaust port some to also help accomplish better breathing, as well as getting the exhaust pipe to hit at a higher RPM. And then the carburetor I am planning on using is this Mikuni VM18, a nice multi-jet carburetor, so it's very adjustable. And then I think for now I'm going to use the MLM People's Pipe, which probably won't get me all the way to where I need to go, but we'll see. And then other things, I've got the I don't know what reeds I've got on this. We'll probably switch out. We will switch out the reeds. We've got that intake for the VM18 carb, and then this is a 14-inch rear, but I've got a 16-inch rear that I can throw on it. And then I also have, well, hold on a minute. Still in the package, I have this transmission gear that I can put in. Now, give me something to cut this with. Sorry about that. So, what do they call these things? Second roller gears. So, basically gives me taller gearing. Of course, with the 16-inch rear tire, that might be all the gear that the stock engine, the stock 50cc engine can handle. Of course, we'll find out. So the reason the Urban Express is, I think, a decent candidate for this venture is that you've seen, we can put on a bigger rear tire, which you've already got ready to go. We can put in different gearing. We've got belts, different drive belts that we can use to get higher top end, etc., etc. So I've also got to get an oil pump delete block off thing. Right now there's nothing in there where the oil pump goes. I just keep it down here. So anyhow, what I suspect is 40 miles an hour should not be, very difficult. Maybe even a 43, not too difficult, I don't think. 45. I think 45 is in the realm of possibilities, but it's going to be that last 5 miles an hour, which is going to be a real challenge. So, well, I'm open to any suggestions. I guess, what do I got? I got one more. Hold on a minute here. Did I get this one? I got this one from Lanny on eBay for the Express. It's a copper one. I think it might just be a 1/2 millimeter. Yeah, that looks like a 1/2. Open Sesame. Let's make sure this is for the Express and not something else. And for you FA50 fans, if it works on the Express, it should work on the FA50 because they've got the same stud pattern. So this is a 1/2 millimeter. Let's just see where that puts things. I think I've got to go 3 millimeters. Then the question is, I've got a belt sander. Do I want to try to take that off myself, or should I have a professional? Come on, would you please? Please go on. Please cooperate, would you? All right. I'm not going to worry about this now, or maybe I am. I think I've got to go 3 millimeters. Even if it opens the exhaust port too much, that's what I'm leaning towards. 3 millimeters, because we got to get those other ports, and I think I've come on out, you. Don't be shy. There we go. It might be your first time on camera. That's all right. We all got to start somewhere. All right. Yeah, I think I got to go 3 millimeters. And the question is, do I even have 3 millimeters to take off here, right? Before we start getting into the fins. But, yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. So, let the journey begin. I guess I'll probably just take it off. Get the belt sander out and take it off myself. Let's just see. So it actually has in here, I'll try to show you, kind of a guideline already. Where the ring stopped, they've kind of left a mark. See that little black ring right here? This is where I think the ring stopped. And that's kind of a guide. That's pretty much how much I need to take off. Let's see. That's got to be close to top dead center. That's a lot of material. Well, let's put it this way. I think we can get at least 2 millimeters off, and then we'll just kind of see from there how it goes. So, yeah, I owe you guys some Chappy updates, but we need to start a more meaty project. So this should keep us busy, and we'll go from there. Hey, thanks for watching.